Hey, my wonderful Leo placements. Christina here, Ginger Mama, coming at you with your month of June extended Tarotscope. So I almost forgot what month it is. I cannot believe we're already in June. Thank you for joining me in this space. Last year and in January as well, I did extended monthly Tarotscopes for the sign placements, and then I pulled back for a little bit, reflected. I love doing these, but I wasn't sure how they were vibing with my collective, and everybody is like, bring them back. So I'm back in action. I encourage you to check out your sun, moon, and rising. We're going to dive into it. We go over the tarot cards that come out, but also the astrology of what you might need to know for the month of June. So it's really cool if you can check at the beginning of the month and then maybe tap back in halfway or at the end of the month and see how you're doing, because this is about your personal journey, all right? As I was channeling for you, Leos, I'm telling you, it was like this vibe. I don't know how to explain it. It's like you're done with something. Like it's someone like packing a box. It was like you're just throwing stuff in the box. I'm done. I'm done. Maybe you're considering moving. I don't know. But it just feels like energetically, subconsciously, in person, you're done with something. But there's a slight kick here. It kind of feels like you're not quite done. It's like you're packing up this box and then you set it to the side and then you're like, I don't know. And so we're going to dive into this. Like, are you really done? What do you really need to be done with this month? What's the astrology tell us? What do the cards tell us? Okay. So, yeah, I like that, you guys. You spicy fire signs. I'm an Aries sun, so I always love my fellow fire signs. I love all the signs. But yeah, balance is coming this month. Also, this feeling, Leos, of like, I feel like you feel like you're such a giving person, and it kind of feels like you feel like that might be misunderstood at times. And so really ask yourself, in a relationship of any kind, work, coworkers, friends, family, lovers, is there equal give and take? That feels like the overall theme for you this month. Asking, are you equally giving and taking? Are you equally pursuing and being pursued? Are you open to receiving, right? And giving, right? That's that beautiful balance of divine feminine and divine masculine energy within all of us, regardless of our skin suits, okay, everybody? So June 3rd, we kick off the month with a full moon in the sign of Sagittarius, a fellow fire sign of yours, Leo. So this energy is going to be, like, it's going to be good. This feels like a lot of karmic clearing at the beginning of the month, but at the same time, some good vibes here. Now, as I go, it's like I kind of feel like this itch in the center of my back. This feeling maybe of like an itch you can't scratch. Again, something you just cannot pinpoint and it's driving you crazy. I want you to release that, okay, with this full moon. You don't know the truth, someone's not telling you the truth, whatever it is, you got to release this. You got to be like, well, I'm done. That's not for me, right? And if you need to say the truth to somebody, you better be saying it. But yeah, I'm telling you, if you've tried to speak truth, if you've said the truth and you've been on a healing journey, you're going to be good. But there's this undercurrent of tension within you because you're like, I know there's something going on here. In the energy, in person, it's making you feel run down. You're lacking the courage to move forward. It's almost like you feel like you need closure from a certain situation in order to collect the strength to move forward. We do not want that right now, okay? You need to continue forward on your healing journey. Do not let these other energies drag you down, whether this is energetically you're feeling this or this is in person or both, okay? No space for that, no time for that. We're moving quicker here, Leos. We're picking up the pace, okay? On June 5th, Venus, the planet of love, enters the sign of Leo. Your sign, Leos. This could be good for you, okay? It's an increase in romance, affection, and creative endeavors, okay? So whether this is self-love or passion with yourself, self-pleasure, or if this is tapping in more with new connections or a lover that you currently have, or just your own creative energy, really question what's going on here, okay? Because the Lovers is reversed with the Page of Swords. Really double check. Is this just flirty, immature energy where we just hook up and we don't really know what the heck we're doing, or it's toxic? Are you being toxic? Are they being toxic? If you're feeling weak in that, if you're feeling run down after these encounters, is it really meant for you, okay? Because we have the Ten of Cups. It's almost like, Leo, you're manifesting a happily ever after. You really want this. You're fixed on this as a fixed sign placement. I love that for you. But there's this feeling of you being wishy-washy when it comes to how that grounds and anchors here on earth in a tangible way. I'm also hearing even number sequences significant for you. 2, 4, 6, 6, 2, 4, 6, 8, things like that. It's like that balance again, that focus on what is equal give and take, and what role do you play in that? Do you play in that? That mirrored energy too, like things like 505, 1221, mirrored numbers or even numbers. That mirroring, asking what role you play in it, taking the focus off of others, okay? Even though you're called and maybe that Venus and Leo energy where you're like, I want to do this or that, really slow down and ask, is this aligned with what I'm actually trying to call in? Because if you're just flirting and hooking up with people and doing this, and it's not aligned with what you really want long term, it's going to kick back, or you might miss what's meant for you long term. And you don't want to miss it, okay? You don't want to miss it. Like the universe always comes back, but at the same time, it's kind of like a career, right? Like we have time, we can do a career later in life, but if we wait forever to do it and don't take the risk, then at some point, you know, it gets harder and harder to attain. So the same thing could go for whatever it is you're looking at. I'm also hearing children's significance. Some of you may be considering the idea of parenthood or considering dating partners with children. Really ask yourself if you have a past block here, 10 of Cups reversed. It's like you want harmony in some way. Maybe you've walked away from the idea of children. Maybe that's causing tension in your relationship if you have children, things like that. Really ask what's going on there, okay? Because I feel like you walking away from past connections that don't serve you is going to provide harmony, even if it's not quite tangibly yet in the way that you want it, okay? I promise, Leos, it's going to be coming. June 10th, we have the last quarter moon in the sign of Pisces. This again, this Pisces energy, I'm telling you, that moon reversed, it's going to show you what subconscious things you need to let go of, and therefore what things in your reality you need to let go of, okay? This could be significant endings that week of like June 10th, June 17th, through that week where you're just like, what's going on? It's like the universe is pulling friendships or relationships or jobs, anything that's not serving you, the universe is like, you sure you want that? You sure you want that? And so this first like 2 weeks of June, you really need to focus on that, especially if you feel uncomfortable in the energy. If someone you know is off, you know they're lying, you know they're not telling you the full truth, or you're hiding the full truth, you're gonna have kickback here, okay? Queen of Wands upright, I love this. This is, again, children significant. This is a feminine energy, whether it's you or somebody else that's really balanced. They're really in this hopeful energy. They're sexy, they're fiery, they're confident, all of this. But if you don't feel like they're telling the truth or you feel like something's shady, don't be with it. You know what I mean? Ask the question too. Don't just assume. So often we do that. Leos, you cannot just allow the conversation to always come to you. Again, that equal give and take. If this person tried to communicate with you, if you love them and care about them and you're confused, do I want this or not? Communicate with them. If there's no passion there, if the connection's not there, then yeah, move forward. But you will not awaken further if you keep hiding out. Okay, you got to get creative here. Yes, we want to hide out and find spirit and flow with that, but we also need to be taking action steps forward to speak the truth. We do not avoid. If we avoid, that's always going to create conflict and tension. We get very clear. I do want you in my life. I do not want you in my life. We cannot have one foot in and one foot out, everybody. That's not going to work. And that goes right into the astrology we're discussing, okay? The reason this energy is so difficult to navigate is because we had Pluto in Capricorn since 2006, 2008, something like that, guys. Sorry, it's been a long day. But for a long time, okay? Pluto is the planet of death and rebirth. We saw Capricorn being very traditional, right? Things like financial systems, financial structures being rearranged, dismantled, long-term institutions such as, you know, Catholic Church, things like that being called out for various things. That's been occurring for a really long time, right? Now Pluto wants to move into Aquarius, and Aquarius is like, I love the collective. This is more of like this free floating. It challenges the tradition of Capricorn, right? And so how that's manifesting in work, in financial institutions, in politics, in romantic partnerships is incredible to witness, but it's also very challenging to figure out where we want to sit, right? What pieces of tradition do we want to hold sacred and hold on to? And what pieces no longer serve us that we want to throw out? This is ultimately up to you to co-create that with spirit and make some choices. But what's occurring right now is Pluto hit Aquarius in March, And now it's retrograding on June 10th back into Capricorn, where it will stay for a little bit and it'll go back and forth a couple times. And then next year we'll be in this more energy that's stable with Pluto in Aquarius, and that will remain there for like the next like 20 some years, guys. So the choices and decisions you're making right now, where to invest, whether that's financially or spiritually or romantically, are critically important. If you decide you want to be someone, you're like, I want a deep soul tie connection, I want to be committed to one person, that's going to serve you well. You're going to have a great awakening here. You're going to find some divine, I'm telling you, connection. Not maybe this month exactly, but Spirit's going to work with you for that to come in. It could be this month. These are beautiful cards for you. A renewal of love, possibly. But if you're someone that's making the choice to say, no, I know that I have that soulmate connection, but I reject that, you're making a choice in this energy too. And that will be reflected. Spirit will say, okay, we're making space for that. We're going to pull that connection from you. Just because you have a soul tie connection with someone does not mean you get it indefinitely if you're not working towards it. Okay, so be very aware of that. Like, you can't just be like, oh, I know I have that, so I'm going to go off on like extended bachelorette or bachelor party. Like, it doesn't work that way. So really pay attention. Are you avoiding something in love and intimacy? Is someone trying to communicate with you? Are you reciprocating communication? Vice versa. Okay, Leos? Yeah, also with that Pluto going back into Capricorn for a little bit here, we want to finish and finalize projects, especially around finances. Something significant about the stock market continues to come in. Just double checking, if it's not the stock market, like just where your finances are invested right now. Maybe making sure your bank accounts are kosher. If there's any little, that Knight of Pentacles, little subscriptions or something like that you don't know about, you need to go check on that, Leos, because there's something there. If you spend the time this month, you're going to be like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I was throwing away, $30, $40, $50, $100 a month on something I don't use. Okay? I'm telling you. Just trust me on that one. But the Hangman here, you're getting out of this place of uncomfortability. I mean, you're going to be feeling better as you purge that beginning of the month and get clear about what you want. The Strength card here, Judgment upright. You're in good karma, but there's a lot of karmic clearing occurring, and you've got to use your discernment here, okay? It feels like slowing down a little bit for you. I'd be mindful of travel plans right now. Those could be a little bit challenging for you to navigate. I'm not saying don't travel, but it does feel a bit like, is that really divinely guided? Are you being impulsive? Are you sure this is for you? Ace of Cups upright. I mean, there's love here. I feel like the focus for you, yes, there's a little bit of those financial cleanups for you, but all in all, the focus is on romance. It's on love. And it's about really asking, is this where I want to put my time, energy, and attention? And if not, why am I wasting my time? Am I burying my head in the sand, pretending something's love when it's not? Okay, that's the overall vibe here, guys. June 17th, we have Saturn retrograde beginning in the sign of Pisces, okay? Now, be aware that towards the end of the month, you did all that work and you're like, great, yeah, universe, I know you're real, I'm having these breakthroughs. And then suddenly you're going to feel spiritually a little bit closed off. Dreams might diminish, maybe the upper chakras, visions, things like that, third eye or crown activation slowing a little if you had a little bit of that before. That's normal, okay? Don't panic. That's what's going on with this energy, so we can anchor and release karma tangibly. So again, part of that restriction is because maybe you're not having the conversations in person. I'm not seeing a lot of cards here about this. Or like if there's anything you didn't clear out tangibly, to do that. If you already did that, then do this energetically, okay, everyone? Yeah, we don't want to hound anyone. If we told them how we feel and they don't want it, then we're done, okay? We're moving forward. Yeah, justice reverse. Let karma handle that, especially legal issues, anything like that for you guys. Work issues, anything with the law. I'm telling you, tap in. There's just some little piece of something you are missing, Leos, like a loose end that needs to be tied up. Yeah. And it's like the Emperor reversed and the King of Swords. Like some of you too, it's like, it's like this call back into your masculine energy, that King of Swords being more logically grounded and decisive in what you're doing and trusting yourself, not always needing that validation. Yes, that validation is great from spirit, but many of you are already in a place where you already know that. You already have that. Trust it. Okay, but the Emperor reversed is telling me too that you need to be mindful of any abuse of power, okay? Whether that's in a relationship where you're trying to be right, you're trying to be like, no, I know this logically, I know this thing, like you're being like petty, aggressive. Don't be like that, okay? Because that's going to kick you back as well. You do not want to be like that, all right? Our spiritual gifts are here to be shared in a very sacred way. The Hierophant upright, as I say, spiritual gifts, and you're being rewarded with those. But really ask, are you authentically in flow state? Are you using these correctly? Slow down. Are you sure you should be communicating, right? And also ask if someone is stalling communication around things like commitment or a marriage or a breakup or whatever it is, that is a form of control as well. Stopping communication is manipulation and abuse. Someone who is healthy and healed makes a choice. Yes, I want this relationship. No, I don't. They do not leave it in limbo. They do not leave it in purgatory. You know, you don't do that, okay? If you're taking a week to yourself, you're clear. I can't talk to you this week. I need space for myself. I will speak with you on Friday. I'm not in a new connection. I'm not, with anyone sexually. You're honest. You're upfront, okay? That's the energy we're looking for, Leos. June 18th, we have the new moon in Gemini. Again, about communication, everyone. New ideas, plans, again, that grounding, as we said, right there in logical masculine energy. This is Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy, Leos. So that goes right along. I love how the cards always line right up. The 21st, we kick off Cancer season. And Cancer season is going to bring in a little bit of this renewed hope. This feeling, I'm going to grab my other deck. The Akashic Tarot, I feel called to grab right now. Maybe some of you tapping in with that, Akashic Records, other things. It's like you're maybe being called to tap back in with some of that logic, right? To learn a little bit more from not just a spiritual lens, but also a logical perspective, okay? Not just the intuition piece. So tap in with both. We want to keep balance in both. But this Cancer energy is going to be more nourishing, more nurturing energy, more support. Again, that question, am I equally giving and receiving? Okay, that duality, that balance. How do I do this for others? How are they showing up in my life and doing that for me? The 26th, we have the first quarter moon in the sign of Libra. So your relationships, I'm telling you right now, Leos, because this month is going to be highlighted with that, okay? On your own, with others, family, friends, lovers. There's going to be a bit of this delicate finesse is what I continue to say, delicate balance. Look at that as I say that. Queen of Roses, by the way, Aries, Leo, Sag. See that delicate rose? This feeling of, okay, I know what I want. How do I do this? How do I protect this? What do I do with this wish, this dream, this divine love, right? And there could be a lot of this doubting energy, the Treasure reversed. Initiation of Count Saint Germain. Someone feeling like they don't want to step into a spiritual path or a spiritual connection. They're choosing the opposite. Male or female body, it doesn't matter. If you're choosing that path, hold that truth, that rose, okay? Roses can be symbolic of the highest frequency grounded on earth, actually, if you don't know that. Some people say it's a very specific rose, but for all intents and purposes, I look at all roses like that. So maybe rose is significant. Also, I'm hearing sense might be something that ramps up a little bit for you towards the end of the month. You might feel more spiritually tapped out, but suddenly like certain sense you're more sensitive to. So yeah, pay attention to that. Clairsentience, clairaudience, clairvoyance, I mean all the clairs, okay? Could be a little bit more, some of those highlighted for you. Okay, the 30th we have Neptune retrograde beginning also in the sign of Pisces, okay? This can be that foggy energy. It can be difficult to navigate. It can be difficult to tap in with our intuition. We're doubting. Again, it's like you know you have this, but then you start doubting. Well, I don't know, maybe I'm not the treasure. Maybe I'm not worthy of this. Do not spiral. Leos, I feel like some of you are just going to get on a spiral. No, I can't do it. There's no point. Yeah, that thing was kind of, come back to this reading, okay? Because I feel like you're going to have some kind of breakthrough earlier in the month, and then by the end of the month, you're going to be back in this fogginess and you're going to be upset. Do not be upset, okay? These waves always pass, all right? As you get to a place of enlightenment and consciousness, it's like a vast ocean. It's rocky waters, and I think you're learning this, Leos. You might have really started to understand this up and down energy and these fluctuations last winter, or winter significant. Maybe this will balance out a little bit more. The more you learn how to ride those energy waves, the better it's going to be for you, okay? Just surrender to that. Paths unknown is reversed. You are so like, I want to know my path. And Spirit is telling you, we're showing you the path. You have to trust us though. You have to trust us. If you take this leap of faith, this is divinely guided. But again, this feeling of like, some of you, look at that, the King of Roses upright too and the Queen of Roses. Like, by the way, in my last reading, I believe for Cancers, there was it Cancers? Might have been Taurus, but like there was the King and the Queen of Wands as well. So fire signs very significant here. It's just this delicate, like I said, male or female body. Like, you've got to surrender to this, okay? I know that fire within you, which is your spirit, might be really like, I need to know more. I don't know what else to do. Do I communicate? Do I not? The ascent reversed. If someone's not communicating with you, if they're not open to discussing spirituality or the higher realms, it's not for you. It's going to block your ascent. And you need to trust that if you release that, there's a reason, okay? If it is meant for you, it will be meant for you. It will come back towards you, okay? But we don't want to be taking back things that are not healthy or on repeated toxic cycles, okay? If it's draining our energy, it's not for us. The Queen of Keys. You reground, you re-anchor. You focus on grounding, focus on work right now, focus on your finances, okay? I love you guys. I hope that helps you. I am just so excited for you. Also, purple flowers might be significant if you see those. Specifically like lavender or lavender colors. I just like a gentle purple feels like something special for you. So all right, Leos, I will see you back next month. I hope you have a great month of June. You can find me on TikTok as Ginger Mama LLC or on Instagram as Ginger Mama with the 3 A's. I also will be starting my new Facebook account later this month. And of course, I'm here on YouTube. Please subscribe to be notified when next month posts. I love you guys. Have a great day. Thanks.